Brothers and sisters, it's great to address you from the pulpit again. You've probably seen the release from the church and the news that there's a two-phase plan to begin returning to church. These two phases have some specific instructions on numbers and the logistics behind returning to church. It also talks about the importance of following government and local guidelines, as well as consulting with our area authorities and our stake presidency. We met with the stake presidency as a bishop's council to discuss what it would look like and how we could return to church as soon as possible. In looking at the phases and understanding the logistics behind our wards meeting, the amount of wards in each building, and the size of our wards here in the Payson Mount Nebo stake, we want to proceed with caution. We do not have a date to go back at this time as we continue to look for updated guidelines. We specifically are looking forward to hearing news of phase 2 that will allow more people to gather in our buildings so that we can more appropriately get together and reverently and in a dignified manner. We also want to consider the importance of the health of all the members of our stake and ward. Those that are high risk, those that are elderly. We don't want to put undue pressure on rushing back to church. We also know that those at-home services and home worship is going well in our stake, and we want to continue to emphasize the importance of home-centered sacrament meetings and study and come follow me. That continues to be authorized and will continue to be so till it's safe for everyone to come back to this chapel. We want to make sure that we have the appropriate cleaning supplies, procedures, signage, and everything else that will make it safe to return to church. So while we don't have a set date yet, we are beginning those preparations. We will be watching the updates from the church, and we will be communicating as bishops and with the stake presidency to figure out the best time and best way to return to church. We know we are led by a prophet who's a medical professional. Imagine that. And we are happy to follow his counsel and excited to continue to hear his counsel as we move forward at this time. I also know here locally we are led by a stake president who listens to the Spirit. The Spirit testified to me in the meeting that we had that we were making a correct decision as we wait for further instruction and updates before rushing back to church. We want to meet again. We want to follow the scriptures teaching and the prophets' teachings of gathering, the importance of worshiping together, partaking of the sacrament together, and serving in a Christ-like way together. But we also want to encourage you to continue doing that in your homes, with your neighbors. Look for opportunities to help and serve and lift. Thank you so much for your hope, your faith, your prayers at this time. They are needed. We are led by a Heavenly Father and a living Christ. Who speak with our prophet and our church leaders. I'm grateful for that knowledge and look forward to being with you once again in this chapel.